Okay, hello. I thought that it would be a fun idea to go over last year's Inktober that I completed, just to kind of see where I was at last year and see where I want to go for this year, and kind of talk about what I learned and what kind of goals I have for Inktober 2020. So the first prompt last year for 2019 was ring. So I remember doing this. I got really frustrated at like 5 or 6 different moments. You can even see there's something going on. I remember messing up her eye, but you know, she has rings, and I don't remember if this is ink or paint, but I did these little like rings as if somebody set like a cup or something on there and left rings. I like how they kind of turned out like messy like that. This I remember was an accident, so I think I kind of made the other ones look messy to kind of make it more cohesive. But this style that I go with, actually I ended up keeping throughout the whole month, which is or for most of them, which is not coloring in the hair, just doing line art for the hair, doing watercolor for the skin, and black ink line art. I think I was using the microns, the Pigma microns, for most of the line art, and then later on, or no, I might have started with these ones. I was switching back and forth between these two brands for the line art, and then the background is, I pretty much exclusively used Winsor & Newton Indian ink for all the ink washes. This is just pure ink, and this is a wash. So yeah, that's day 1, ring. Day 2 was mindless. Wow, I did not like this one at all. I didn't have a good idea. I think originally I wanted to draw somebody like drunk or something, or drinking, but my skills just weren't there at all, and so I just drew, oh, I just don't like this at all, everything about it. I don't know what was going on with the hair. This is a wash, again with the black background, again with the watercolor and the skin tone. It's just a big hole in her head. So it was pretty literal, I guess, way to interpret the prompt, but yeah, I hated this one. Day 3 was bait, which again, I took very literally, but I remember being pretty proud of this one. Kind of reminiscent of the first one. She's got, I decided not to color in her hair and just do the line art. I think the little fish hook is cute, and I used glitter watercolor on it, which it works out because it kind of looks like fish scales. And I also liked, you know, I taped off the background, but then after I took the tape off, I added so that it looks like it's dropping in, and her hair goes outside of the background. So I think that was kind of cute look, and something that I experiment more with later on throughout the month. So yeah, that was day 3. Day 4 is freeze. Again, I felt like I had all these ideas that I wanted to execute, but my skills just weren't there, so I kept all of them really, really simple. And that's something that I want to work on for this year, is making the drawings more complex, and I think my skills have progressed enough where I can do that a little bit. But I did a wash for the background, and I dropped salt in it to kind of give it like that icy, snowy look. And then I did white ink. I think I still have that. I used this Winsor Newton calligraphy ink, which is really not my favorite in terms of white highlights, but I kind of liked the effect that it gave. Kind of like milky, icy, snowy look. So yeah, that was day 4. Day 5 was build. This one, again, it's really simple. It's basically like a Jenga looking thing and a couple of hands. I remember being proud of these hands because hands are something challenging to draw. Actually, I really like drawing hands now. They're one of my favorite things to draw, but they're always hard. They're always challenging. So I like how this one turned out a lot. Again, with like the drawing going outside the border of the background. Yeah, so not much to talk about here. It's pretty simple. Day 6 was husky. So I didn't want to have to draw a dog. So I drew a big husky man. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this one. It's not my favorite for sure, but it was definitely, I was proud of how it came out because I don't draw men ever. That's always something people who aren't artists, when they look at my Instagram or whatever, they're like, why do you always draw girls? And I'm like, because they're cute. What do you mean? I don't know. But one thing I really liked, I liked his hand and like this pose and the little detail of the hair on his arm and hand. I don't like how his hair turned out either, but yeah, big husky man for day 6. Okay, day 7 is enchanted. So I had this idea to have these like candles look like they're floating, like that they were enchanted candles, and I don't really think it came out exactly how I wanted it to, but I think they're cute. I think she's super cute. I remember I smudged her eye, and so I just turned it into a tear, which doesn't really have any meaning, but yeah, I just think this one came out cute. I think it could have had a little bit more contrast. It's all kind of like a very pale color, but yeah, enchanted. Day 8 was frail. I don't know. Okay, first of all, this hand, yikes on the proportions of that hand. I also don't really think her face is that great, but yeah, I don't know. I think I just tried to draw a girl, and then I was like, how am I going to make her look frail? And I drew little cracks. So it just really feels like an afterthought kind of thing. But, you know, yeah, so this one was not my favorite, but it's okay. Not the worst one either. Day 9 was swing. So I, again, very literal, drew a swing. I don't really like how she turned out either. Proportions are off and her face looks funky. I've noticed that drawing face far away versus drawing up close is much harder for me, or at least it used to be. Well, I guess it still is. But yeah, I mean, it's basically just a girl on a swing. Nothing really much to say about that one. Day 10 is pattern. So I really liked this one. I liked how this one turned out a lot. I thought it was just kind of fun. And even though it's simple, it still had like, you know, enough elements going on that it was interesting. So I remember at some point I taped across the whole page to kind of give that background stripe look, and I really like how that turned out. I'm not crazy about the pattern on the sweater. I don't really know what I was doing with that, but you know, it's cute. I think her like little striped lips are cute. So I think this was a turning point for me. I felt a lot more confident going forward. So, and also I think my style kind of changed. I didn't use any watercolor in this one, and I actually like that. I like that it's just black and white. This year I'm definitely not going to use any watercolor. I just want to use ink for everything. But that's hard for me because I usually make pretty colorful paintings, so. But I like how this came out with just using ink. Day 11 was snow. So again, I used the same white ink to kind of give that snowy look, and I actually think this was a good use of color because I don't know how well it's picking up on the camera, but I just did rosy cheeks and like a rosy pink nose to kind of signify that she was cold. And I think that actually turned out pretty cute. So again, it's really simple, but you know, I still liked it. Day 12 is Dragon. This is one of my favorite ones that I ended up doing. I did the sketch in Procreate. Oh, I forgot to say, I did most of the sketches the same day, but in Procreate, and then I would print them out and trace them onto the paper that I ended up inking. So I drew a big dragon, and then I copied it and put it on her shirt as well. And I really like how that turned out. And this was a fun use of just putting one color in to make the dragon stand out. But I think her hair is really cute and like the oversized t-shirt look. So yeah, this one I really liked. Day 13 was Ash. I remember really struggling with this prompt, but I just kept thinking about a phoenix rising from the ashes, which I think a lot of people kind of use that idea for this prompt. I drew a girl that's supposed to be like a phoenix. That's why her wings are like orange, because otherwise she would just look like an angel or something, I guess. And then I just did like this inky pile of ash as if she's risen from this and she's the phoenix. And her body proportion is a little odd, and her face too, but I think this was me kind of finally giving a little bit more of a complicated interpretation of a prompt versus taking it super literal or making it really simple. But yeah, I like the little white gel pen details, like coming off the wings, and how her body looks like kind of ashy. So I like the concept of this one. Maybe not the execution with so much, but whatever. Day 14 was Overgrown. So I had this idea to do like really long overgrown hair and also really long overgrown plants. And I really liked how this one came out. I thought it was pretty cute. The line art in the hair took forever, but you can already see an improvement in my line art skills after 2 weeks. So if we look back at the first one, like the hair, I was just kind of haphazardly, I was just randomly putting squiggly lines, and it gives the impression of hair, especially if you really squint your eyes at it. But these, you can see like I took a lot more time to make the line art look more finished and thought out. So it's pretty cool to like look back and see the ways that I improved just by drawing an ink illustration every day. She kind of reminds me of like an elf or something. I don't know if it's because she has green eyes and really white skin, but yeah. So also I thought it was a cute idea to have her hair like overgrown over the background. So I liked this one. Okay, day 15, I ended up drawing Zelda because the prompt was Legend and Legend of Zelda. So I've never played any Legend of Zelda games, but I have brothers who have, and I drew her in my style, kind of, which I actually enjoyed doing. It was fun. I remember really enjoying the process of this. I used metallic watercolors again for the crown and for the eyes. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I really struggled with this prompt. I think when I looked back at my planning notes, I wrote something like, I don't know, draw Bigfoot question mark. So I'm glad I chose to do Zelda instead. Okay, day 16 was wild. So I remember conceptually I wanted to draw a girl that was like hybrid cat, which is what I was going for. So that's why she has like cat eyes, which aren't that obvious, I guess, but it's supposed to be cat eyes. And I don't remember if these are leopard print or cheetah print. I can never remember the difference, but I know they're different. I want to say cheetah. I feel like leopards have spots, like just circle spots, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really love how this one came out. Again, I don't think it has enough contrast going on. It's just like she's all white and the background's like barely there and it's just black and it's not that interesting. The actual like line art though, the sketch I thought was cute. Days like these, you could tell I was either behind or had worked all day, or I remember staying up like really late and forcing myself to finish this one. So you can tell I wasn't that ambitious with it, and I didn't bother trying to draw like a whole body. I just drew a head, and I just drew the hand floating because I'm like, I'm not gonna even bother with much anatomy right now. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's cute. It's just not the best one. Okay, day 17 was ornament. I really like this sketch. I could see myself really improving, but again, I just gave up on anatomy. I'm just like, I'm just gonna do a floating head, which is fine. And it definitely is easier than trying to draw a full body. But yeah, it's simple. I basically just had the idea of have like an ornament hanging from her ear. It doesn't really look cylindric or spherical. It just looks like a flat circle, which is kind of like, eh. The only thing that's like an ornament, I guess, is this part, which if you know, certain like Christmas ornaments have like that little hook looking thing. So yeah, I don't know. It's cute. It's simple. It was easy. I remember being like done early with this one because it was so simple and I was just like, great, a break. I regret the pink background. Just in terms of like, you know, how this piece looks with all the other ones. It's just kind of like, doesn't really fit color-wise, and it's not that interesting. It's just like the last, I don't know why, just a last minute thing to do pink background. But I regret the pink background. Okay, day 18 was Misfit. And again, this was another prompt that I really struggled with. I didn't really have any ideas, so I just took it very literally and did a t-shirt that says Misfits on it. Yeah, I was like, I'll just draw a cute punk girl and throw that on her t-shirt and call it a day. So I actually really like it. I used to do a lot of fashion illustration when I was in high school, you know, very amateur, but I loved drawing. I was obsessed with it. Like I would watch Project Runway and draw my little fashion sketches. So this reminded me of those days, which is kind of like my first real peek into making art. So yeah, so that was kind of nostalgic and fun for me. I remember just thinking like, I really don't feel like drawing her face, so I'm gonna draw big old sunglasses. But yeah, her outfit's cute, her fishnets, her little boots, and I like the movement of the hair. It's cute. Okay, day 19 is Sling. So I just drew a girl with a broken arm. Yeah, I mean, really, it's, again, very simple, kind of boring, actually, but, yeah, I mean, it's cute, you know, not much to say about it other than it's not that interesting. Day 20 was Tread. So I was thinking of like the tread on the bottom of shoes, and this sketch took me forever to get the perspective right, but I love how it turned out. This was one of my favorite ones. Just the sketch in general, not just the piece, because the piece is kind of, again, kind of simple and kind of boring, but I think it's really cute. and like the fact that her shoes are like coming towards you and coming out of the background. I think that effect worked really well for the prompt, so it draws your attention to the tread on the bottom of her shoe. So yeah, this one was cute. Okay, day 21 was treasure. Meh, I don't really like how this one turned out. I think the anatomy is okay. Her eyes look dead though. They look like they're staring off into nothing and kind of creepy. Yeah, I kind of like the silver gel pen for the crown. I don't know. It's all right. It's not my favorite. She was supposed to be holding like a big old handful of treasure, but it just ended up looking like, I don't know, it's just not that recognizable that that's like supposed to be treasure, I guess. But another use of the silver or the metallic watercolors. So this one was all right. Day 22 was Ghost. I had this idea of doing like, you know, the girl's ghost is rising out of her body or something, and you know, I traced the same sketch twice. That's why, you know, I was able to get it to look so similar, because I wouldn't be able to just draw two faces that look exactly the same. And I was trying to make the ghost part like transparent, so I did it really light. I did the line art in gray marker. I don't even know what marker that is, but it's just, conceptually was an okay idea, but I just didn't execute the idea that well, in my opinion. Okay, day 23 was ancient. When I think of ancient, I think of ancient Egyptians, ancient Egypt, and this is probably, looking back, culturally insensitive, I'm sure, so I wouldn't do something like this now, but I don't know, is this offensive? Answer in the comments below. But I don't know, this one turned out kind of cute. I don't know what happened at the bottom of her hair. I don't really like how that turned out, or her bangs. You can barely see them, but they look weird. Also her eyebrows look weird, but yeah, I think the makeup, the eyeliner is cute, and the headpiece and the gold, use of the gold. So yeah, you know. Okay. Day 24 was Dizzy. I ended up being pretty proud of this one because, again, I struggled with the prompt. I didn't know what to draw. You know, the pose or whatever, fine. It's not that interesting, but I like you can't tell just looking at the pose that she's dizzy. She looks more like stressed out or something. But just the simple detail of having the white gel pen circles, like rings around each other, I think that made it like pretty clear. Yeah, it was, again, very simple, but I remember liking how it turned out. Day 25 was Tasty. So she's got a little lollipop, again with the floating arm and the floating shoulders, but I like this one. It's cute. I was really proud of the sketch and the hand and everything. She's also got this cute little peach on her shirt. The line art for the hair is not bad. Her expression is cute. You could tell I was getting better at just depicting faces with just line art throughout the month, but I used too much color, I think. I don't know. I just wish I could have made all the pieces look more cohesive together, but it doesn't really matter. It ended up looking pretty cute. So there's Tasty. Okay, day 26 is Dark. Again, I didn't know what to do with the prompt, so I was like, I'm just gonna draw like a spooky looking woman with dark hair, and I absolutely hated how this one came out. I just want to throw this one away. But I have good days and bad days. Actually, I have mediocre days and bad days. But yeah, so I don't know what happened. I think I was using like a brush pen marker to do the hair. Like after I did like a whole ink wash, I used a brush pen marker to add like the little details and curls, and it just looks crazy and weird and it doesn't make any sense. And why is this one hair straight and these hairs are curly? Also, the proportion of her face is very weird looking. Her ear is too close or something. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't like this one, but whatever. What can you do? Okay. Day 27 was coat. So I wanted to kind of like interpret it a little differently. Instead of drawing like an actual coat that you wear, I wanted to do like the verb to coat. So I had this idea. I looked at some references of people with like honey dripping down. So I don't know what this mysterious liquid is that's coating her face, but let's just say it's ink, because that makes sense, because it's Inktober. But just a simple floating head is kind of like not that interesting. But you know, whatever. I don't know how obvious it is that she's being coated with something. Day 28 was ride. So I made this cute skateboard girl. I don't know what happened, why I decided to do like a tie-dye background. Probably because the sketch itself is not that interesting, other than she's riding a skateboard. Her hand looks weird. But you know, whatever. Again, I regretted how much color I ended up using throughout the month, but it's cute. You know, it's all right. Day 29. Day 29 was injured. So I remember the reference for this was actually a picture of Marilyn Monroe when she had crutches for some reason. I don't know if she sprained her ankle or something. But I think in the picture she's wearing one heel with her crutches, which is, I thought, kind of funny. Like, you're injured and you have crutches, but you're still gonna make sure you have your high heels on. But yeah, I mean, anyway, I think the pose is pretty cute, and the anatomy turned out pretty good, except the face. I don't like the face. It's wonky, but the hair is cute. So yeah, again, very simple. Day 30 was catch, and I remember I accidentally wrote day 20 on it, but I did not notice. So after I finished any drawing for Inktober, I would write, the last thing I would do is write day whatever and the prompt on it, and then I would take a picture and post it before the day was over. And I did, and then it took me a long time to realize that I wrote day 20 instead of day 30. But whatever, the damage has been done. So again, this one's really simple. She's just holding a little butterfly. She caught it, but I like the hand. I feel like Inktober taught me a lot about drawing hands. Anyway, I think she's pretty cute, and the butterfly idea was pretty cute, and yeah, I remember liking this one. I think some of my favorites are the ones where I just do black and white and then just a little accent of pink for the cheeks and for the fingers and stuff. I don't know if I'll do that again this year, but yeah, I liked this one. And finally, day 31 was ripe. So of course I drew a ripe, juicy peach. This one is pretty simple, borderline boring, but you know, I was pretty done at this point. I remember I was going to be really relieved to be done. I think I was like 2 or 3 days late though. A couple days I got behind, but I was still really proud of myself that I did all 31 drawings and prompts, and it was such a fun experience. I mean, just like making the time to sit and draw every single day, and yeah, I learned so much. So these are the official prompts for Inktober 2020. I just scribbled them out and taped it to my wall, so every day I can look on there and make sure that I'm on track. Last year I had them taped to my wall too. This year I'm planning on making videos about the processes for all of my ink drawings, all 31. Yeah, I'm really excited and I can't wait to share them with you guys. All right, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next week.